Hello. In this video, we're going to look at simplifying the following algebraic expressions using appropriate exponential rules. We're going to express the result using positive exponents only. Okay, so on A here, we have n to the fifth all over n cubed times n minus 1. And kind of like what we saw in the previous video, with exponential rules, there are multiple things that we can do. So what I'm going to recommend is that I'm going to go ahead and show you both ways that I would do this. But I'm just going to go ahead and realize that the base of each one of these is n. So we have n to the fifth all over n cubed times n minus 1. The base is n for each one. So this is the same thing as n to some power. So the 5 is in the numerator, so keep it the same sign. The 3 is in the denominator, so change its sign, so minus 3. And then that negative 1 is in the denominator, so change that sign as well. So minus a negative 1 makes that plus 1. And then just simplify. 5 minus 3 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Oops. So that makes that n cubed. There's another way of doing this. And that is to realize that this negative exponent moves this to the numerator as a positive exponent. And this would then become n to the fifth times n to the first power all over n cubed. Why am I using green again? There we go, much better. And then we can realize that first of all, notice that the numerator, n to the fifth times n to the first, is just the same thing as n to the 5 plus 1, which is 6, over n cubed. And now we can subtract the exponents. 6 minus 3 gives us n cubed. Come on now. There we go. And that is the same as what we got there. Either way works. Letter B, x squared over y to the fifth, all to the negative 2 power. Okay, so what I would recommend here is dealing with the negative first. So to do that, let's use purple here. So to deal with that negative, what I'm going to do is make this to become the reciprocal of the base. The base is x squared over y to the fifth, so that's going to become y to the fifth over x squared. And all of that is now going to become squared. And at that point, notice that in this parentheses, we have a single term, which means this 2 will distribute as an exponent to everything in here. And that's going to give us y to the fifth squared over x squared squared. And so we are just going to multiply the exponents. 5 times 2 is 10 over x to the 2 times 2, which is 4. And this is going to give us y to the 10th power over x to the 4th power. Excellent. Letter C. R cubed times s to the negative 2 times q to the 0 power, all to the 5th power. Okay, so notice that, first of all, q to the 0 power is just 1. So this is 1, which means it goes away. But notice in the parentheses here, we have a negative exponent. That means that this s to the negative 2 will go to the denominator within the parentheses, making this r cubed over s squared. Then all of that is still going to be to the 5th power. And at this point, distribute the exponent, making that r cubed to the 5th all over s squared to the 5th, which becomes r to the 15th over s to the 10th, because we multiply the exponents. Alrighty. Well, I believe that's it for this particular video. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and I will see you in the next one. Have fun.